Well, Hayesy, I don't believe you have the pleasure of ever meeting our next guest. I'm really excited for this because you're absolutely going to love him. Can I please introduce you to the one and only Wil Anderson?
Oh, how good is this? Wil Anderson, good morning.
Thank you very much for having me. Nice to meet you, Hayesy. I will say that I'm not the only Wil Anderson. I know this as well because one day on Facebook, I got a message from another kid called Wil Anderson, and the entire message just said, "You ruined my life."
Mate, take us through it. We'll illuminate. And firstly, this is a really open and honest space. Your thoughts on Adelaide? Because there's Adelaide when you come here for Fringe, and no doubt everyone loves it. But can we talk about Adelaide at the other times of the year for you and your thoughts on South Australia as a whole?
I mean, why would we? I mean, you pack so much in the Fringe. Why would you talk about the rest of the year? I was talking to a woman in the front row of the audience the other night. She was a mother-in-law from the UK. So she lives in the UK, but her son has married an Australian girl. They live here in Adelaide. And she's visited Adelaide for a total of 7 months in the time they've been together. Those 7 months have always been in February or March. So she's had 7 months over the years of Adelaide in February and March, and talk about that's putting on your best when the mother-in-law comes to visit, right?
Yes.
That is Adelaide at its absolute most sparkling. She must have the most distorted. She goes, "You guys must hear of this place on the other side of the world. It's called Adelaide. It's the most. There's always something going on. There's 9 things happening at once." And you're like, "Have you been there in April?" No, they're all asleep. That's fine.
We're exhausted the other time.
Are we getting better at spreading it out? Like, we've got Gather Round coming here, Will, so the footy's coming here for a whole weekend.
Yeah, I think we've got Christmas in December, and we do Easter as well.
I mean, all the big ones. So, I mean, look, you've still got some other things going on. It's not all in February and March. I mean, Easter, that's April, right? And, like Christmas is December. And if you bang Gather Round in the middle and then a little bit of complaining about cane corns, that's your year for it.
Well, can I let you in on a little secret? Andrew Hayes worked at a station called SEN with Cane Corns as his co-host for many, many years. So he learnt to get really, really hardened towards trolls.
I've got a thick skin now, Will.
Well, I will say this too, Hayesy. I mean, as we all know, that is a secret job because the SNSEN stands for secret. It is the Secret Entertainment Network. You can't find it, but
It is so true. How did we not hear about that nickname until now, the Secret Entertainment Network? That makes so much more sense. It's not sport, it's a secret.
The best part about that is that when he first started working here at Nova, he accidentally read out the SEN number, like the text line, and then so SEN next minute was getting all these texts going, "Can I have Ed Sheeran tickets? Have you got pink tickets for us?"
Yeah. And the best thing was there was a bloke at SEN going, "What's that sound? Is that the text line? What the hell?"
Yeah, hang on. Why are people ringing who are under the age of 50? Who's Ed Sheeran? Is he the new spinner in the Australian team? What's going on?
Oh, dear. Will, just before we let you go, talk us through performing in a tent in 40 degrees in Adelaide. Like, that must be obscene.
I will say, people say to you, "How do you sell your show?" And this is literally how I've been selling my show to the people this week. I'm not in a tent. I'm in a box. And it has proper air conditioning. Oh. I'm wearing a jacket on stage during my show. So even if you don't like my comedy and you just want to sit in a nice, cool space for about an hour, then I have the show for you.
That was a really good point.
Also, what a sellout, Will. Ooh, demanding air conditioning, etc.
Well, I didn't demand it, but it did come free with the venue, so I have turned it on.
Will, thank you so much for having a chat with us, mate.
Lovely to meet you, Hayesy. Nice to talk to you, Jodie.
Jodie and Hazy's Ask Us Anything.
Welcome to the stage, producer Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is my favourite part of the week.
You really shine in this little particular segment, don't you?
Oh, it's not about me, it's about you. It's about the listeners getting to know you.
Oh, I think you'll make it about you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Always.
You get to throw a little hand grenade and just watch it go bang.
Yeah. It's my favourite. Watching Jodie squirm with some of these questions just makes me smile.
All right, get on with it.
All right, so our first question is from Peter in Manningham. Random question, but do you believe in aliens?
Oh, yes.
There's got to be something out there.
There's
We
definitely something out there.
cannot be the only thing in the whole entire universe. And I don't like to think about this. I don't like to think about the point of life and, you know, why we're here and what happens when you die and all those sorts of things. But I definitely believe that we're not alone.
Oh, okay, Dana Scully. I know aliens exist.
How?
You seen Christopher Pine? Bang. Alien. Yep. You know, remember Moby?
Yeah.
Alien.
Oh, yeah. He was an alien.
Well, he's
And it goes both ways as well.
Yeah.
Matt Shervington.
What do you mean?
Alien.
He's not an alien.
He can't be real.
Oh, okay.
He's not real, is he?
No,
Because he's too perfect.
he is correct.
Isn't he absolutely too perfect? And the aliens have stuffed up with Matt Shervington. They said, we'll send someone down there just to keep an eye on what's happening to the Earthlings.
Yes.
We'll just, no, they'll accept this bloke. I'm like, no, sorry, we can't accept you. You're too perfect.
You do have an obsession with Matt Shervington. All morning.
All
we've had
morning
some-
you've
Right.
been going on about
That's because
that.
I'm human.
Right. And he's
That's why I have an obsession with Matt Shervington.
Got
He's
it.
just going back to his 100-metre days of Matt running down the stretch.
You brought that, not us.
Come on, Sean.
All right.
Of all the people in the room, you're the one that is most obsessed with Matt Shervington
With his
running
track
100
days.
running 100 metres in that outfit.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah. And our final question is from Kat in Theberton. And obviously she would have got in before the power outage that's happening there at the moment.
Yep.
But I don't know about you guys, but I have stage fright when it comes to public bathrooms. I'm with you, Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the weirdest place you've ever had to go to the bathroom?
Oh, God. Okay, so here's an insight. When you do the early shift at Channel 10, it's the overnight crime. So sometimes you're out on the road and you're going up and down streets, knocking on doors, trying to get CCTV, trying to get witnesses, etc. And at some point, the urge to go to the bathroom will hit you during the morning. So I have been to the toilet in so many randoms' homes.
Oh, my God.
So many randoms' homes.
With their permission?
Yeah, obviously.
Are they home?
Yes.
Jodie's just breaking her
In their toilets?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I've been out here since 6 o'clock. Do you mind if I use your toilet? So many randoms' homes.
No, thanks. And they go, yes. And you go, oh, thank God, because I already did. And take your Porsche.
There was a house in Salisbury once where I went, and they'd had installed a bidet.
Ooh.
So it was like an actual fancy toilet.
Did you use
What's a
it?
bidet?
Yeah, a bidet. What
What's
do you
a
mean
bidet?
it's a bidet?
Oh, Hayesy.
But
It's
what?
one of the best toilets in the world.
Yeah.
It's the toilets that spray up you.
Oh, right.
Like cleans you.
You lost me at spray up, yeah.
No, like
thanks for
cleans,
playing along.
cleans all the... It's they're pretty prominent in Japan.
Yes, they are.
So they spray
Asian
all on
countries.
your bottom and clean everything.
I can do it myself, thanks, producer Sean.
There's a bidet, so I can also do that.
Okay.
Or you can get Matt Shervington to do it for you
Is that an option?
on your last day on Earth.
Okay. I will say that back in my day, because when you're, this is on the farm, when you're stripping, either sowing, but then when you're stripping and you're on the header, so you're collecting the grain,
Yes.
you can't just stop.
Okay.
Like you really started, once you've started, you can't just stop. You can't just stop the header and then just go off to the toilet. So I've been to the toilet whilst driving a header. That was
Wow.
interesting.
Wow.
In both situations too, by the way.
Stop or use a bottle?
No, I found a bucket or something, but having a few little issues. And look, the grain needs to be harvested. You can't stop, so you just got to plough through. Well, not plough through. You've got to harvest through, basically. Yeah, and I've done that.
I mean, I want to say something to help him, but this is quite entertaining watching
Yeah.
it all unfold.
You didn't want to watch it all unfold. Trust me.
Like the suggestion there is that you have to let it unfold.
Yeah, you really do. In a really interesting situation. So there you go. Thanks for those questions, Sean.
No, thanks to the listeners who sent them through.
Yeah,
Very
it's
good stuff.
I need your advice on something.
Well,
Okay?
I'm so smart in this area.
Yeah.
So you're welcome in advance.
So, this is the situation the Oddy household finds itself in. Dad has gone and booked himself a 2-week European trip next month with his brother and his father.
Okay, so from the cues I'm getting now, you're You're unhappy about this?
I want to be happy. I want to be happy. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him. He's going over to Dubai to meet his brother, then he's going to Rome to watch AC Milan play, and then he's just casually sauntering over to Montenegro to stay at this place called the One and Only, which is the most epic hotel on the planet, right? And he's only getting to do this because his brother's connections at work. So it really is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yes. Well done, Greg. Go off, Prince. Well done.
But the issue that I have is this is how the conversation went in the car driving back from our little getaway the other day. He goes, so the trip's all booked. I'm like, yep. And giving him donuts. And he's like, aren't you happy for me? I'm like, yeah, I am. However, it's very difficult to get excited for you when I will be stuck home doing a couple of jobs and looking after all the children. Like, it makes it hard when I know that you're going to be sunning yourself by a pool over there. And he's like, he just kind of looks at me and he's like, I need you to promise me that you are not going to hold this against me and throw it back in my face. And I said, I can't do that. I can't make that promise to you because at some point when you annoy me, I will. I go, remember that time you went to Europe for a couple of weeks with your brother and your dad and you left me at home? Remember that? Because I was working and I couldn't come? Can you remember that? I won't do that at all, Henry.
Okay, that's good. I feel like this is a little bit
What do you
unresolved.
feel?
So I felt like we should probably get an expert in just to really discuss that. And when I say expert, why don't we just speak to your husband directly, Greg? Hey, good morning, Greg.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. And can I just say, well done. I mean, you are just ticking so many boxes. Can I come on this trip?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of facts in that one. I haven't actually booked the trip yet. We're in the planning phase.
That is absolute BS. You've locked it away.
So maybe it extends then.
No, we're actually in the planning phase, and we're throwing some dates around right now. And then I was hoping they might match up with Jodie's holidays so she could come with me. But I can't guarantee that, but I'm just looking at a few things right now.
Okay, so this is how it works. Radio holidays are locked in at the same time. Every year you know exactly when my holidays are, yet you've gone out of those parameters and gone without me.
Just want to double check, that's all. And secondly, the 14 days, that doesn't include the travel, to and from, which I wasn't aware of that. So it's actually a bit longer than 14 days.
Is it? So it's longer than 2 weeks.
It's 14 days in Europe. Got to get there, got to get back. And that's for looking after the children. I mean, I've already organised that. I've got your mum coming down, so don't play that card.
Colleen is coming down.
Oh, he left that part out.
Yeah, Colleen's coming down, to be fair, to help out with the kids, and I really appreciate that.
I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, it's like that time when they ask you to come back and play netball. I mean, I'm not going to stand in the way of that.
See? There you go. And I'm sure Greg's sitting there going, it's probably not good for her knees or Achilles, but she's going to do what she's going to do. Now you need to let him shine.
What about when I suggested to you that perhaps you could return the favour later in the year and I could go on a girls' trip perhaps somewhere with my friends and have some time away from the kids? What did you say? You said something along the lines of, this is not about revenge.
It's not. And I mean, I'm open to suggestions with what you want to do, and I'll support that.
What are you, my travel agent?
And what I would like to say is that these days, and what we don't understand is just how beautiful the South Australian coast is. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, what's the difference between Europe and the South Australian coast? Both beautiful places on the map.
Yeah, very similar. So I'm all open to it. And I just don't want her to use that against me down the track, Rob, which I have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Right. And
so as long as we're across that.
And how surprising that you jump on his side of this particular argument. How shocking to me.
I just...
So, I've just had a look. It's early May, so does that match up with your holidays? Or not?
I'm just all for people exploring, living their best lives and discovering themselves. So,
Greggy does that. Don't worry.
Well done, Greg.
No, loving it. I can't wait. And like I said, Jodie, I'd love if you could join us. But Just not sure it's going to work this time, but maybe next time.
Oh, God. All right, thank you, darling. I really appreciate the phone call. 13 24 10. Whose side do you want to pick in this particular argument? Andrew Hayes has already drawn a line in the sand and jumped firmly over to Team Greg Oddy.
And be very careful how you go about this, because I'm starting to wonder if I've made the right decision.
No.
Few little minor issues happening in the Oddy household at the minute. What's the recap?
Well, so just quickly, my husband has been given the opportunity of a lifetime with his brother to fly over to Dubai and then go to an AC Milan game and then just pop on over to Montenegro. To
what an opportunity.
a stunning resort. And I'm putting my hand up here. I want to be happy for him because I think, great. I can't go because I'm back here working, looking after the children, but I'm very, very jealous. And our EP Sean has just pointed out to me, the date he leaves is actually our wedding anniversary.
Look.
You still on his side, mate?
Unfortunately,
Your lack
some
of
things...
your lack of loyalty in this argument has been horrifically telling.
What I'm saying is he is a beautiful peacock and you've got to let him fly. But you threw it to the people.
13 24 10. Have you been in this situation with your partner where they've upped and left you and gone on a holiday and left you behind? Let's go to Eileen. Whose side are you on? Are you on Hayesy and Greg's side or my side?
I'm on Greg's side.
Oh, Eileen!
You didn't see that coming,
Oh, I
did
would say, come on, Eileen. Oh.
Okay, listen, so I went on 2 girls' trips and I left my kids with my husband.
Yeah.
So I went for my 40th, 2 weeks to Greece with 4 other girls.
Yeah.
So I had a blast.
Yeah.
And 5 years later, we repeated the same thing. There was 5 of us, and that was just last year. And we went to Greece again for another 2 weeks. So, yeah, and he's not holding it against me.
He's not.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's obviously much less bitter and twisted than I am, Eileen. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time, though. That's cool.
Yeah, I did tell him, I said, you know what, you go and arrange for your boys' trip if you want to. I'll take the kids anytime. So, but I've done it twice now, and he hasn't planned anything. So I'm going on my 3rd one soon, hopefully.
So he hasn't organised it, so she's going again. I love that for you, Eileen.
Very good stuff. All right then. 1 zip for Greg and the boys.
Yeah, okay.
Now it's time to hear from Nick.
Hey,
Good
Nick.
morning.
Oh, you there, Nick?
Nick, you there?
Oop.
Hello?
Hello, Nick. All right, thoughts and feelings around this one?
Definitely Team Greg.
Okay.
You gotta let him go. He's just trying to get away. It's first time out by the sound of it, so let him go.
First time out?
Sounds like it. Sounds like you got him a lock and chain.
You get those vibes, don't you, Nick? You really do.
Nick, I remind you, this is a man who, for 10 years when we were together, went away every second weekend to play ice hockey interstate.
Joe's cut the cord. For God's sake. Am I right, Nick?
My God. 13, 24, 10. Are there any women out there on my side at all? There has to be.
Even Zoe's against it. All
Let's
right.
go to Rebecca. Whose team are you on here, Beck?
Team Jodie. I'm a little bit of a jealous person.
Yes.
So, husband bought a new car, so the next day I went out and bought myself a new car.
Really?
Yeah, he picked up his car on the Saturday, and by Monday I was at the Hyundai dealership and I just sent him a photo saying I'm getting one too. So that was it.
Love that for you, Beck. Please come along to Nova's Red Room tomorrow night.
Will do. That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Drive your new car. Okay. See you there. Have we got time for Monique?
Yeah, can we wrap it up with Monique? Good morning, Monique.
Hello there, how are you?
Good, Monique. Whose team are you on this morning?
Look, Jode, I'm really torn. I'm with you in terms of the resentment level, but my husband's done it to me. He nicked off to Koh Samui of all gorgeous places with a mate and spent 7 days cruising around on motorbikes and having fun.
Oh.
So I didn't hold that against him right up until the point that he was leaving, and then just made some very significant, not so subtle hints about there's plenty of duty-free shopping time.
Yes, good point.
It goes both ways.
Good point.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely. You better be bringing something back, mate.
100% Monique.
Okay, so there you go. That's your compromise.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Whole heap of what?
What?
I don't know.
A free bottle of gin.
Yeah, gin vodka from...
That's so awesome. Thank you. A Clinique lipstick. Here you go, darling.
There you go. Evens.
Yeah.
Radar! Anything near us on radar?
On the radar, sir.
How was your New Year's? Loose? Pretty tame?
No, I went to bed at 8:30. I was
thought so.
tired.
Thought you'd say something like that. Nowhere near as loose as Thor the Walrus.
What's his name?
His name is Thor.
Thor.
A town was forced to cancel its New Year's Eve fireworks after a giant walrus lobbed into its harbour and put on a show of its own on itself. Are you picking up what I'm putting out there? Thor, the walrus, put on an X-rated show taking himself to Pleasure Town, which marked an end to a town's New Year's Eve fireworks display. You dirty thing, Thor. As huge crowds gathered to see the Arctic mammal lounging in a harbour, council officials axed the light show so he was not disturbed, because who wants to be disturbed?
No one. When there is a point when that's happening where no one can intervene.
Yeah, you're taking a trip to Pleasure Town and there's kids and everyone there. Parents had to cover their children's eyes when the 2-ton beast...
Where was the walrus?
Yeah, well, he was right. So there was a giant lights display ready to go, and big bad Thor just lobbed up, parked himself right in viewing, like, absolute prime position, and did whatever walruses do to take themselves to the next level. Footage of Thor's unfamily-friendly performance in Scarborough, North Yorks, went viral on social media. Experts reckon Thor was the same walrus spotted on a beach in Calshot, Hampshire in December, and is stopping to rest on a journey back to colder waters. What do you do when you stop to rest?
Wait,
You go
so
for
this walrus... This walrus has got form.
He's got form. He's been spotted elsewhere. I don't know if there are other places that he was spotted. He was taking himself to Pleasure Town, but he's been spotted in the Netherlands and France recently. An aquarium spokesman said, "Please do not worry. He appears well and is just taking a well-deserved rest after his long adventure."
I mean, everyone likes to treat themselves, don't they?
Be respectful.
It's been a long year. He's worked really hard. Go on, what else do you want to do New Year's Eve?
Do try not to disturb him. Richard Coulson, who's 51, said, "It's amazing how much attention it's brought. It's the first time I've ever seen one. It's huge. You respect nature when you see something of that size. The rest of the walrus is pretty big too." I can't direct quote Richard. I might have made up that last bit. Stuart Ford, who runs the Sea Life Safari boat tour agency, said, "I was going down to my boat and there it was on the slipway. Magnificent. I think it's a once in a lifetime in Scarborough to see. Now I can one day tell my kids I saw a walrus going hammer and tong on itself. How lucky am I?" Again, Stuart made up that last bit, so we can't directly attribute that to Stuart. But here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing about the situation. Clearly alcohol was involved.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Thor's had a monster New Year's Eve. He was planning on it. I just want to know what the conversation was like the next morning with Mrs. Walrus. When sheepishly she goes, "Do you have any idea what happened last night?" And he goes, No.
No?
And then she shows him this article.
The video.
Shows him the video. Shows him the written article, and he goes, "Oh my God," goes straight to the mirror and yells in the mirror, "Why do I keep drinking rum?"
Out-of-body experience. What the experience? Out-of-body experience.
So this is my segment where I tell a story about something odd that's happened in my life.
Well, it's not just you, Jodes. I feel like sometimes these little puppets upstairs are having fun with all of us. And look, there's a mixture of coincidence involved with this one. It's my turn.
Okay.
I've had an out-of-Oddy experience.
Oh, God.
Oh, welcome to the club. Right. And you know what? If you've had one as well, we'd love to hear from you. 13 20 14 or text us 0400 919 919.
Out-of-Oddy experiences don't just happen to me, they happen to everybody.
South Australia, such a small place. So everyone's got those stories where they go, "Oh, you know, it happened to a friend of mine who actually turns out to be someone who I know who's related to someone." That happens a lot in SA.
Yeah.
It also happens in your homeland, Tasmania, but for much more sinister reasons.
Stop it with the Tassie jokes.
Yeah, sorry. So I ride my bike to work, as we know, and I ride very early in the morning.
Yep.
And it wasn't too long ago where I was riding along, and now I'm quite an arrogant cyclist.
Oh,
In
no.
that, I just sort of dart in and out of traffic, and I don't really look, or I look as I'm turning into something.
What's happened to you?
I've just got too confident
Yeah, okay.
on two wheels.
Yeah.
In a particular morning, it was around about 20 past 5, I'll say, and I'm going past a garbage truck, so the noise is muffled,
Yes.
and I've just gone out to jump into the bus lane,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard the bus come. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous stuff. And I got clipped by the bus. Okay,
God.
but so much so that I almost gave the bus a bit of a hip and shoulder,
Right.
and he straightened me up. So, and coincidentally, the bus had to go to Sportsmed and get a shoulder reconstruction. No, he was fine. He was completely fine. So the bus driver has slammed on the brakes, and bless him, he was so nice. Are you
Yeah.
okay? Are you okay? It was blatantly my fault.
Yeah, right.
He was in the bus lane.
Yeah.
To which I said, look, it's fine. Look, I'm good. Very rattled and very shaken because who knows what could have happened. But it just sort of clipped me and straightened me back up, basically.
Yeah.
And then he drove off and we said, hello, have a good day, all those types of things.
Yeah.
It's about 2 people in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And this is where you're going to think I'm taking the piss. I promise. As it's driving off, I realised...
No, it's not our bus.
It's a Jodie Hayesy bus. It was a Jodie Hayesy bus. I was like, this is one of the best days of my life. I got hit by a bus, that's not good. But it was a Jodie Hayesy bus.
Oh, my God.
I just gave it a big salute. So next time you see a Jodie Hayesy bus, just know that quite literally on that bus is my blood, sweat and tears. Earlier on today, before we went on air, you got hypnotised
Yes, I did.
by the great Matt Hale.
I haven't heard this back. I'm at this point absolutely mortified about what you're about to put to air. I know that I can be hypnotised really easily because I've been hypnotised before.
Yeah.
And so I literally just take my brain out of my head and hand it to Matt Hale and go, there you go, do
Yeah.
what you will.
You know how I did a video the other day for Worst Job Wednesday, and I was in my Speedos, and at one stage I was sort of rubbing myself on poor young producer Zoe's windscreen.
Yeah.
How embarrassing that was.
Yep.
This is much worse.
Oh,
Let's just reflect on Jodie's little session with Matt Hale, the hypnotist. Jodie, get ready to squirm. Here's the first part. Very, very special guest in the studio right now is Matt Hale. Matt, hello to you.
Hey, Hayesy, thanks for having me and Jodie as well. This is fantastic. Lovely to be here. Great to be back in Adelaide.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good to have you, and we're so pumped that we are the festival state. We're back.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going crazy. But you know, this past weekend has been insane all across the
I don't know why. I just want you to hold my hand.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'll hold your hand. That's fine. we met on a weather cross last year, and then, it's been best friends ever since. So.
I know. I just feel it feels nice.
Feels nice and safe. We will have to explain that we have already done a little bit of work with Jodie already.
Yeah. Just behind the scenes. So this isn't the first time. So you took Jodie out for a few minutes just to get her in the right headspace.
Yeah, because
But can you stroke my hand?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
Thank you.
it's an unusual kind of request in a radio interview. I will say, and all the time I've been doing
feels
this.
so nice.
Feels good. Okay, good. So,
I love it.
so yes. So traditionally, what we do,
You can hold my hand too.
come on.
I've got to push the buttons though.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my
But
goodness.
Andrew, hold my hand.
Okay, you've got a spare hand, so it's fine.
you.
Okay, so,
And stroke it. Thank you.
Sort of patting it.
So,
there you go.
So yeah, off air, I was just made sure Jodie, had this kind of nice ability to be able to switch off. Now, I think we can already see.
So I tried to say this to you.
Yeah, what's
is
that?
like my brain is so active that any opportunity to relax,
Yeah, you take it.
I love it.
You take it. Feels good, hey?
And, like I could actually fall asleep on the microphone right now.
I just like how Matt said, "Hey, by the way, I just need to prep Jodie before we get into this thing." And he took her out there and then gave her about 10 shots of vodka.
Oh, the secret's out. The secret's out then.
You stopped holding my hand.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm so
did you.
sorry.
So did
sorry.
you.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're back to real time. And that's just a little teaser. That's just a little taste. Why are you squirming around the studio like a big giant
Because why
slug?
do I get so affectionate, for goodness sake? Oh, so needy. Hold my hand. Shut up.
Coming up next is the main bit when you really, really shine as an absolute hypnotised zombie, I'm going to call you. Earlier on today, before we went on there, you got hypnotised by the great Matt Hale.
Yep.
And look, you have no recollection of what happened. Can you also explain to us what you feel when you get hypnotised?
It feels like you sort of are cognizant of what's going on, but you can't stop yourself and you can't stop what's about to come out your mouth. And it's a little bit like having a couple of drinks and being a bit tipsy.
It sounds like someone who's had probably too many drinks, like you can't stop what's coming out your mouth, even though you know you should.
No, exactly right. That's the best way to describe it.
All right, this is new
then.
audio to you. Would you like to hear part 2?
Not really, not overly.
Here we go.
Jodie, you can sleep now onto that microphone. Nice and relaxed there. Nice and relaxed there, Jodie. Fantastic.
Cop that microphone.
Yeah. So, Jodie, here's the thing. Me and Hayesy will start to have a little bit of a chat. You're going to start doing some very bizarre warm-up vocal exercises for the interview. It's going to be quite loud and disruptive. Nod your head if you understand. If you've got space to nod your head. 1, 2, and... Great to be in the studio with you here, Hayesy, and it's lovely to have Jodie here.
Checking my levels. I'm checking my levels.
No, we've already started.
Checking my levels.
No, the producer's done that already. We did that. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be back in the studio at Nova. Is this normal?
Yeah, pretty much. But,
is this your daily routine?
But how are you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. Just trying to zap.
Are they good?
Sounds like you really stretched the tonsils there. That's good.
Wee, doing a wee.
Doing a wee on air. That's what we're doing.
Don't do a wee in the studio. That's one of the rules. You know one of the rules.
Yeah, that's
I think the last time I did that, you said don't do it again.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to.
Put it in our top 10 rules.
Of course, we're coming into Oscars season. So many amazing movies. And of course, we have our star movie reviewer. Jodie obviously comes from a great pedigree of movie reviewing. However, particularly harsh. She's known for being a particularly harsh reviewer. We'll go through a few of the Oscar Best Picture nominations just to get your thoughts on them, whether you've seen them or not. But I tell you what, you're going to be so harsh. You're going to hate every single one of those movies. Thank you so much. It's great to be in on your movie section. I mean, I'm a big fan of the movies. I
hate movies.
You've been reviewing them for a number of years. Well, I need to find out like an expert reviewer's view on these nominations, because there's some big pictures out there, and of course, I mean, amazing.
Tell me one.
Avatar. Can't believe Avatar's back. It's been so many years. What a movie.
So I've not even ever watched an Avatar. And then all I know about Avatar is it makes him really horny. It makes you so horny.
Matt, I'm not sure that it makes me that horny.
It makes you so... It makes you horny. Avatar makes you horny. You know it.
I think at one stage I said that those big blue beasts were quite athletic and amazing specimens.
No.
I don't remember saying that it made me horny.
You're turned on by a blue person.
Every time I come to Nova, it's just such a great experience. I mean, the team here at Nova are absolutely amazing. In fact, everyone from the Nova receptionists, everyone through to Nova producers, Nova salespeople, the Nova presenters, even the way the Nova logo looks is just
it's funny because who pays me?
Nova pays you. Nova pays you.
Who pays me to come and laugh my stupid head off? See, that's the funny thing, because the joke's on them. They pay me. They pay me to come and laugh. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Yes, we're back. We're back in the now.
Oh, my God.
You've just heard that for the first time.
God,
What was going on?
tears of embarrassment. What the hell? What the hell goes on? Even Abby in the newsroom shaking her head. My goodness.
You've even offended newsreader Abby.
Oh, no. I know.
You could never offend me, Jodie.
Thanks,
Ever.
Thank you. Apologies, everyone.
Ah, good stuff. What's that time of the week?
You okay? Take a deep breath. It's fine.
Will you smash everybody?
No. Including myself, thank you very much.
Of course. It's time for another edition of Jodie's Diary. Enjoy.
Jodie's Diary.
Dear Diary, this was the week Donald Trump nearly got locked up for crimes against Indian cricketer names. I played this audio of him introducing the most famous cricketer in India. Have a listen.
Let's go back to what, 2020? At a rally in India?
Sachin Tendulkar.
I believe he's trying to say Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Clearly, Donald wasn't wearing his glasses that day. Sonora from Ranella, hey.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Sandra! I don't have my glasses on.
Who's Sonora? I'm so sorry about that, Sandra.
That's okay, that's fine.
But you know what?
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm sure you get that all the time, right?
I get Sharon a lot, actually.
And Diary, it may be time that I get myself a hearing aid. The plane, where are we going?
Japan.
Ooh, we haven't had too many people say Japan. Why so?
Just big foodies. We just want to eat all the food.
When you said why so then, I thought you were going to say wasabi. First class and 50k worth of wasabi indeed. Maybe you could swing past India.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Diary, I learnt this week that Hayesy really likes to pick a winner. Picking your nose, however, when you catch someone doing it at the lights, you're like, oh my God.
It's the best.
And why is it? Why does everyone get in the car, myself included, and then you go, okay, for whatever
one can
reason,
see me.
I'm in a completely private space to pick my nose. It's where I do my best nose picking.
His neighbours didn't see his boogers. They definitely learnt why his nickname is Hayesy, not Horse.
I do know, though, as well, that when we were going back inside, and Henry, bless him, said, Daddy, did the neighbours see your doodle? I said, yeah, I think they did, mate. And I was wondering, if they're Nova listeners, there's no doubt in the world that they'll be sitting there going, why does he keep calling himself Horse?
Turns out he isn't the only one who likes to get nudie-roody.
Awesome. Bye-bye. Bodies on the pool. There's these 4 spotlights, and I'm there. Ma, just turn the lights up. Oh, no, it's dangerous. You can't swim without clothes on. My Ma, we don't have clothes on. Turn off the lights.
And can you believe it? There's a famous Indian cricketer who also likes to get his gear off.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Our nemesis suburb reared its ugly shellfish head again.
Steve from Goodwood and Emma from Seafood Metals. You guys are all on the standbys.
Hang on.
Don't tell me I said it. Did I say Seafood Meadows?
Seafood Metals.
Metals. Okay. So if we both try and do this at the same time, it would come out Seafood Metals.
Why is it our nemesis? Why can't we say it? Hazy's boyfriend Tom Wren dropped by for some sport chat. Now there's 3 sports journos in a room. Which one is told to sit this one out?
Tom Wren, thank you so much.
Thanks, boys and girls. Stuff that up, mate. I was looking at Sean and Hayesy, and then I went, oh, these guys still
You were going so well. So well.
It's time to exit.
Stage left, I'm out.
And we asked the question this week, when is some hole giving you unsolicited advice?
Started staring at me, and she was like, don't you think it's a bit early for a donut? I'm like, well, I just ran 23 kilometres, so I'm going to eat whatever I want.
I just burned about 3,500 calories, so this shouldn't make too much of a difference. Also, a donut is a delicious treat for any time of the day.
Yes, exactly. Diary, embarrassingly, our good friend of the show who's obliged to come on because he's employed by Nova, revealed exactly how I landed a breakfast radio gig.
Look, you know, in a 50-50 ball, you've got to put your body in there, but now it's more trying to get in there first and using your rear end instead of going
I mean, that's
to the
my
side.
theory in life, Fitzy.
Well, I think that's how you got your job here.
And while I'm the queen of the throwbacks, Hayesy is the fresh hit king. Number 9 is David Guetta.
I think it's Getter, not Guetta.
It's Guetta. Is it Getter or Guetta?
It's Getter.
Right.
Who else to say? Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran.
Oh my God. All these new artists.
No, I'm thinking Sheeran like the football now.
Justin Bieber and David Guetta.
Shut up. So to all the nude cricketers, radio hosts and midnight swimmers, really air out your bits this weekend. Love, Jodie.
Very nice.
God, solid advice.
Good stuff.
Air out your bits this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you take anything into the weekend, take that, please.
how are we actually still employed, please?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Saying that, we do have an urgent meeting at 9:15. I'm assuming it's praise.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, watch this space for a new lineup on Monday.